Okay, hello, it's the Martian. Space Jam Jardins. I want this shit forever. Wake up and smell the garden. Fresher than the...
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another video of Doki Doki Literature Club, and today we will be doing the true ending, and you see how we actually surpassed all the CGs for all the different characters, and how Sayori is kind of blurred out and glitched out, kind of. So we're going to continue with the actual true ending, where everything is going to go, I'm pretty sure, to shit, and we'll get the true Monika ending. Let's go for it. So I'm pretty sure all this is just going to be, like, completely messed up. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I see an annoying girl. So it's just be completely... Oh yeah, she is a little foot. So it basically, like, continues where it's basically like the whole game cuts out Sayori and Monika. Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect you to see you here. It's been a while, right? Ah, yeah, it has. Monika smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. We are rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, and athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Oh, markers? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Whoa, that was scary. Literature? Literature? That sounds like kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. Ugh. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that, but it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature club can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of the members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monika say she... Hey, Potato, by any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monika? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Awesome. You're really sweet, Potato. You know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go in, then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monika and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monika across the school and upstairs a section of the school I rarely visit. Being generally used for third-year classes and activities, Monika, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. Eh? Whoa. A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Potato. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So, let me guess. You're Monika's boyfriend, right? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is one I do not recognize. Her small finger makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as always, and this is Yuri, the vice president. Oh. Right, see, Yuri was the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet you both. So I ran into Potato in a classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monika, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. So sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you sit down, Potato? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks into the corner of the room and opens up the closet. Meanwhile, Monika and Nadzuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monika. So, I know you don't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting all the effort to start something new, brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes the school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this before you graduate. Right, Nadzuki? Well, I guess. Nadzuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the club. Monika must have worked really hard to find these two. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Not really. Well, yeah, probably. I guess so. Don't let yourself get intimidated by Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not it. Insulted Yuri looks away. I mean, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Potato, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Nadzuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps it quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. I'm thinking really dirty thoughts right now, guys. I don't know why. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed to reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But I like a lot of things. Stories with deep physiological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read horror. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Nadzuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Nadzuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. Give that back. Fine. Nadzuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Nadzuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Nadzuki feels. Sharing the level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have any writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example to help Nadzuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Nadzuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. I still don't think that is a word, but anyway. Let's all go home and write a poem for our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Potato? Hold on, there's still one problem. Eh, well, what's that? Now that we've reached for the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I've never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have the other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought, Hey, the girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Potato. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4, and I've been trying really hard to find new members, and if we don't find one more before the festival, I'm defenseless against these 3 girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. I don't know why I have such trouble saying that word. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Potato? Yeah, it would be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Potato, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone, I think that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Potato, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. Alright, so far, it's basically the same crap from the original first run of the story. But, I'm just gonna continue it. It will probably be a huge repeat, but we're just gonna continue, guys. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I ever be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Did it again, don't know how. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumference. And I just skipped it, oh well. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Alright, so I think we're gonna end up writing the poem. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Sure. Things I like about Papa. What the hell is this? I like when Papa comes home early. I like when Papa cooks me dinner. I like when Papa gives me allowance. I like when Papa spends time with me. I like when Papa asks me about my friends. I like when Papa asks me about anything. I like when Papa gives me lunch money. I like when Papa comes home before sundown. I like when Papa cooks. I like when Papa gives me privacy. I like when Papa doesn't tell me how to dress. I like when Papa doesn't comment on my friends. I like when Papa doesn't comment on my hobbies. I like when Papa comes home without waking me up. I like when Papa keeps food in the house. I like when Papa uses his inside voice. I like when Papa leaves my stuff alone. I like when Papa accidentally drops coins in the couch. I like when Papa is too tired to notice me. I like when Papa is too tired for anything. Like when Papa is too tired for anything. What does that mean? Alright, so I either have to choose between Yuri or Natsuki, I guess. I really don't know who to go for. I didn't see anything with Natsuki. I know Yuri stabs herself. I know that because I've seen it everywhere. I just haven't seen the actual scene of it yet. So we're just going to go ahead, click random ass words, and if whoever pops up, pops up. Oh, 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 bam, 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 bam. Who's it gonna be? I have no idea who's it gonna be. Hi again, Potato. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I'll keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Little glitches here and there. Alright, thanks for keeping your promise, Potato. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making your dive headfirst into the Literature Club when you're not accustomed to it. Whoa, it's glitching hard right now. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You are all ready to be dragged here by Monika. I don't know if you plan just to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki certainly has a big mouth for someone who keeps... Why is she covering the thing? Natsuki finds herself stuck when saying Monika or manga. I don't think she... What? Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Potato. Well, make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I'll look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monika to kick off the scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. So obviously it is the Yuri way. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the... I thought I heard the music like just kind of like titch a little bit, but anyway. In the closet. Oh, maybe... Oh, I chose Natsuki. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her if she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? She never... Holy shit, did you see that? That was weird. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of the one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a long volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is. Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. So that probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Potato. Consider that a lesson... Don't... In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. Man, it's gonna glitch quite a bit. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stared at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire, striking animated, feminine poses. It's exceedingly don't judge, don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. Then she takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She parts on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that, eh? Why's that? I guess it's easier to be closer together like this. Don't just say that. You'll make it weird about it. You'll be weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry, I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's particularly a bad thing. I opened the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Whoa, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I already finished this series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read, well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? What I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, hey, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know these kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already the kind of loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep up in my own... I remember my dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this. Whoa! What the fuck? At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monika is kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Geez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Time passes. Natsuki is strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. It looks like she started to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuki. Yeah? Suddenly, Natsuki collapses straight into me. Hey! What the fuck? Oh, jeez. Natsuki, are you okay? Here. Monika reaches in her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it in Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper. I told you not to give... She doesn't even finish her sentence before stuffing it into her mouth. Don't worry, Potato. She's fine. It just happens every now and then, and that's why I always keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, why don't we all share poems now? What the fuck is going on? Who would you like to share the poem? I told Natsuki I was interested in her poem yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. And then, what's the point of sharing it in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read you your poem? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I wanted to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monika said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it? Natsuki retorts, gets caught in her throat. You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that you don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that to myself mostly. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she likes my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Grr, fine, I guess. Only because Monika will make me if I don't. So, we've already seen this basically, but I'll read it out again. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Try to make that like a rap or something. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But it isn't the point of the poems for the people to express themselves. Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you to do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did? I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright, go to Yuri, I guess. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, so sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay, this is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad? No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face into her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What are you trying to say? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think that the most noticeable, goddamn, thing I can recognize in new writers is that they try to make their own style very deliberate. Make their style deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit to the two together. The end result is that both the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It may take some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone in this club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't talk about people like that. Sorry, it's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, and as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Alright, so this is just the Ghost Under the Light. Same poem as last time. If you guys have not seen my first few parts of Doki Doki, I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read scripts very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Potato. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did not only glance over it after all, but remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's not really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll keep trying. I'm counting on you. Alright, so, the only one left is really Monika. We can go to her, and she's probably just going to say the same crap as last time. Hi, Potato. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new in everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things that we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Potato. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monika my poem. I like it, Potato. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, geez. No. It kind of makes me think of something Nadzuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. If you're interested in Nadzuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Nadzuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's in a fussy mood pretty often. Oh. Okay, so that's what that weird poem was about then. Nadzuki's dad. But sometimes she just loses all her strength and shuts down. Like earlier. This is just a guess, but I think she's so small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent, that's the word. It took me a long time to even figure that out. Adolescent growth. But hey, some guys are into petite girls too, you know? Sorry, just trying to look at the bright side. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. I forget if this was her poem. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. I actually forget if I read this or not. Hole in the wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings. But my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in the room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic, I don't even know what that word, playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. It's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. I don't think that was the same poem in the beginning too. So what do you think? It's very free form if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that's kind of my style. That kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I have some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. Epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is a bit better with each other. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make the progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy up later. Now, another way to think about this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Alright, so a few things have changed a little bit from the first part, but it's not that bad. I guess that's everyone. I'm glad to over around the room, and that was a little more stressful than I anticipated. I feel like the music is getting slightly more and more fucked up, you know what I'm saying? It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is literature club after all, I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Nadzuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Nadzuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language, eh? Did you say something? Oh no, it's nothing. Nadzuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monika liked it, and Potato did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent way too long establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Potato liked my poem too, you know? He even told me he was impressed by it.